Hello and welcome to Arcana Rising. That's my channel. My name is Colleen and I'm so happy that you're here with me today. This is the weekly reading for June 8th through the 14th for all signs. So this is for everyone who watches. This is a general weekly reading for everyone who watches. And for those of you that didn't watch the first weekly reading, I am changing my format for the foreseeable future because I am pregnant and I'm due June 30th, and I just need to make some adjustments that, support my needs for my business, as well as continuing to offer you guys some free content as well. So instead of doing the monthly readings, instead of doing 12 monthly readings a month, I am just going to be doing the weekly readings each week of the month, and then doing one monthly reading for the sign that is in the season. So currently it's Gemini season, so I would be creating a monthly reading just for Gemini, and so on and so forth. So I am just tuning into the energy of the week of June 8th through the 14th, 2019. Seeing what we have in store here. And for those of you who are new to my channel, thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And you can also follow me on Instagram at Arcana Rising. I post a lot of content on there. I talk about the moon, all the moon phases, and I do pick a card readings, among other things as well. So it's definitely a lot of fun to check out. And if you're looking for a personal reading, you can click the link below that says book a reading. And I have very reasonable prices. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be able to do the personal readings for, just because not sure if the baby's going to come sooner or later. So there will be a time in July where I probably, for the full month of July, will not be offering personal readings. So just keep that in mind if you've been thinking about getting one from me. You want to do that before July comes around. Oh, these were not the cards that I wanted to grab. I wanted to grab these. And looks like I'm pulling 4 more from the tarot. And once I have that all done, I'm going to grab some oracle cards here, and then we will get right into it. Woo! Okay, thank you. So I feel like that goes there, this goes here. Thank you. Okay, let's get into the cards. So, into the oracle cards. So, take a nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Oh, perfect. So the theme of this week, or what we are manifesting, is it says summer. Everything that you're asking for becomes yours in the summertime. So this feels like a very positive week where things start to really come together for us. It is obviously the summer, so this is such a perfect card. If you're in the northern hemisphere, it's summer. So if you're in the southern hemisphere, it's probably winter, but the message is still the same, that the energy of this week is bringing us what we've been working towards. So we may be beginning to reap the rewards of our efforts that we've been putting in for a while, or we may be just feeling ready to move forward with new things that are coming our way. But we will get more into that as we flip these cards over. I also wanted to pull a romance card here for anyone that has questions about love. Okay, that came out right away. So before I flip this, like, really, breathe and think about what it is that you want to know for, in regards to love. All right, so here's what we have. Getting to know each other. It says, as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. And the second one is honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So this feels like a very positive week in terms of relationships as well. Taking things to a deeper level, things feel much more lighthearted and not as heavy as they may have felt in the past. So you guys are, connecting on a much more deeper level. If you are single, this is more about honeymoon. So like taking time for yourself and getting back in touch with who you are at your core, and reconnecting with the relationship you have with yourself. I see, nurturing yourself the way that you would nurture any relationship, really. I'm hearing spa. Like, this would be a great time to go and get a massage or do something relaxing for yourself to get recharged and get back in touch with what it is that you are trying to manifest for yourself. Because when you get into that relaxed state, it makes it easier for what it is that you've been desiring for a long time to come to you. The energy of resistance is lost when you're in a state of relaxation and bliss. So this is a week of doing things that nurture that side of yourself, that support those needs. Okay, so spiritually speaking, we have the Seven of Pentacles here, and he's reminding us of patience is needed as we move forward. This is what our guides are basically telling us, like, it's going to be a slow start, but we are moving in the right direction. Or not a slow start, because you've already been on your way. This is more of like having patience with the process and understanding the divine timing of all things. So things are coming together. These vegetables in this garden here are ripening. The time will come to harvest. It's just not right now. So this is not a time for giving up if this is something that you have been feeling. This is just a time to, pause, take a break, understand that everything is coming to you, and, maybe take a step back and evaluate the situation and see if there's little tweaks that you might want to make in order to welcome in the new, welcome in what you've been manifesting. And it feels like the tweaks that need to be made are, the self-nurturing, so that you can lower the worry, so you can let go of the worry, the unnecessary worry, and you can let go of any kind of resistance towards manifesting these things. I mean, they are coming to you. It's just a matter of like how quickly are they coming to you. You know what I mean? So there's a very strong energy for determination coming in as well. We have the Chariot. So there's definitely this desire to want to really charge ahead. Almost like force things to happen. Okay. The aspect of ourselves that we need to be working on is how we are interacting with others this week, in order to get to where we're going. I'm just looking here. We are going in a very positive direction, and there is a lot of energy for wanting to move forward here. The only resistance here is the ability to work with others. So you may be feeling like you want to go out and do all these things on your own. Okay. Right, so this is really a time, the action that is being called in is research, which was something that was coming up last week, as well as continuing to release any self-sabotage around your mental health, basically. Like how are you communicating with yourself, and maybe that's why you're feeling like you need to pull away from others this week, but that's something that we're releasing here. So maybe you've had issues with working with others to get to where you want to go in the past, because you haven't been able to let go of past traumas that maybe you're bringing into new relationships, new interactions, assuming that everybody is going to treat you that way. So this is definitely a week of forgiveness of the self, and then bringing in more information for yourself so that you can feel more confident in moving forward. So maybe this, like, the doubt comes in when you work with others and you feel like you need to go out on your own, and that helps you to release any issues that you have within relationships, or you feel that you feel like the way to release these issues within relationships is by separating yourself from them at this time. And maybe sometimes that is what is needed. You know, having some distance so that you can understand things in another perspective, like stepping away from the situation for a more objective point of view. I'm just going to get right into these guys also. So it feels like the main challenge that's going on right now is learning to forgive yourself and others and how you are interacting within them by taking a step back for a more objective point of view. So that's a challenge this week. And then we have the quarters, the moon quarters. Okay. I mean, not the moon quarters, the weekly quarters. I was just looking at this when I said moon. Okay, so this is all talking about just 1 week. And this is a general reading, so just also keep that in mind. Take what works for you, leave the rest. But when I talk about quarters, especially within such a short span, of a week, just understand that when it comes to tarot, time is really fluid. So these things kind of just blend together to a certain point, and also can be sectioned off if you really want to look at it that way, but it's possible that certain areas may be presenting themselves before the other, you know, depending on your life circumstances. So we have Three of Cups in reverse in the beginning of the week. And this is really similar to what's going on here. You know, how you are interacting with others and how open you are within your relationships. So that is something that is really coming up for this week. And because you're pulling away, almost like you feel like you're not worthy of celebrating something, celebrating where you are. Like, you've come a very long way, and yet you still don't feel like you are able to enjoy where you are. And so there's the distancing that's kind of coming up, or the possibility for distancing. Maybe desire to like decline offers to hang out with friends, you know, things like that. There's a pulling away because there's too much concern over when things are going to manifest for you. But really the key here is understanding that, like, the more focus you put on worrying about when things are coming together, the more resistance you're going to create. So it is in your best interest to go out and have some fun, because that releases that resistance. It helps to balance your energy, and you can also get some things off your chest with your friends. But I do feel like there is a pulling away here. We have the Moon here, which is a major Arcana card, as well as the Chariot here as well. So these, and the World, but we'll get to that. Major Arcana cards are basically like neon arrow signs, like, pay attention to this, this is important. So like there's a very strong desire to move forward, but there's a lot of potential for fear to come up as well, if you are not connecting with your intuition. So if you are disconnecting from your intuition, which is very possible because there is this pulling away energy that's coming up, it's going to make it more difficult for you to know the pace in which you should be moving forward, or getting into the confidence in moving forward. It's like you're psyching yourself out almost, in a way. So just making sure that you are incorporating rituals that are supporting your intuitive aspects, so that you can get into your confidence here. Because it does seem like you are, this is great. Like, for this week specifically, it feels like this is like saying a farewell to old ways and starting down a new path. Or it feels that way, at least. There's a desire for letting go, which is where this forgiveness really comes in. So maybe there's a lot of inner work that you are going through at this time, in order to prepare you for the great things that are on their way and have been on their way for a while. We have the World, and this is why I'm talking about this here. This is the last card in the Major Arcana suit, and this speaks to a closing of a major chapter, and like stepping through a portal, and like, what are you leaving behind before you step through this portal, basically. And it seems like what you are leaving behind is this fear of going out on your own and doing your own thing. So this is interesting. Like, I just want to touch on this a little bit more. So I'm feeling like what's going on here is like the possibility of maybe you've been leaning, there's a couple ways of looking at it, but like what's coming up and what I feel like I need to say right now is like, maybe you've been looking to others to make decisions for you on how to move forward, or maybe you've been leaning on other people to help you as far as how do I approach this issue, how do I get myself to where I want to go. And it's always good to have that assistance or the advice, but like doing it too much takes away your own power to be able to trust in your own intuition and your own guidance to lead you down the path that you know is right for you, because you are the only one that knows ultimately what is right for you. You know, other people can offer you advice from their own perspective, from their own like personal filters that they've lived through, and from how they see you as a person, but they still don't know you as much as you know yourself. So I feel like what is being left behind is what's being left behind is that extreme like leaning on others, and you know, you're stepping into this going out on your own kind of energy. We have the Two of Wands here, and like I know it's just a cat, but or a cat and a salamander here, but this guy is leaving, is parting ways, you know, with who he or she once was, or with a specific relationship. This could be talking about maybe certain friendships haven't really been supportive for you, and you're starting to realize that. And there's this understanding that we need to go out on our own and do our own thing. And this is the beginning of your journey without that life jacket or baggage to cling to when things get rough. You have to look to your own resolve and tap into your own intuition and your own confidence in moving forward. So there's a forgiveness for yourself, for the past, for, you know, old situations, so that you can open new doors on your own to a certain extent. Not completely on your own, so just keep that in mind as well. Like, we all have our guides available for us at all times, and it could just be like you're going towards a new way of interacting in relationships, a new way of interacting with yourself and with others, and how you treat yourself as well. Let me see here. Because you are going into a very supportive place financially, like physically, like health-wise. Everything's coming together for you. And there is just this level of contentment that is coming in. Especially towards the end of the week, you're going to feel a lot more confident with who you are and where you're going, because you understand that something needs to be left behind, and so you're intentionally letting it go. And like, how do you intentionally let it go? It's like you put more focus on your future, on your faith that everything's coming together, rather than putting energy into fear and powerlessness and helplessness, and I need to, you know, go back to my crutch of what I'm used to leaning on. This is leaning on yourself, you know, depending on yourself, and that's how you ultimately let it go. Is like where you're putting your focus and your energy and your time. So it's a very positive week. It's like clearing the space for everything that's coming in by letting things go, and like rebuilding your environment to welcome in what it is that you want for yourself and your life. And you do that through, you know, self-care, you know, nurturing yourself, you know, being gentle with yourself this week and doing what you need to do to hit the reset button for yourself. Whether that's going to get a massage or going to the beach or, you know, taking a couple of days off of work and sleeping in. You know, whatever it is that's calling to you that you need to do to help reset your energy as well. Okay, so I'm going to lay out 3 oracle cards. We're going to do a little pick a card reading here for another little intuitive message for this week. So what does everyone need to know for this week? And I'm using the Nature's Whispers Oracle card deck by Angela Hartfield. So I'm just looking for the card that wants to come out. There it is. Thank you. There's one. And for these, I'm going to read straight from the booklet as well, so you can get a very specific message. Please show me card number 3. Okay, cool. All right, so take a nice deep breath. Pick a card number 1, 2, or 3. And here we go. Card number 1. Open your heart. I love this imagery. The artwork is so amazing. So I'm going to pull up what this means. And it is not matching with the numbers. That's great. Please give me one moment here. I did not realize that. Here it is. Okay, great. Okay. It says, the truth of our world, nature, and environment is love. This is eternal love that makes no demands, has no expectations, and does not place limits or conditions on us. There is an opportunity for each and every person to experience love at this deepest level if they are willing to be open. Love can and will flow into your heart, but only if you allow it. It will change your perception, nurture and hold you, and even give you the strength to endure hardship. Take a moment, open your heart, and allow love to bring you joy, serenity, renewed energy, passion, and total unrelenting happiness. So there you go, number 1. Number 2, card number 2, this is be gentle with yourself. And let me pull up the meaning for that. It says, a time of new birth and energy is upon you. Draw on the lessons you have learned to assist you in moving forward. Notice how you have grown and changed as a result of everything that has transpired. Gather information as you go and be ready for new adventure. All signs are positive for successful outcomes at this time. Very lovely. And card number 3, we have acceptance of love. And let me pull that card up. Seems like this is all about love this week. Love for others and love for yourself. Acceptance of love. This image is a representation of the harmony of opposites, masculine and feminine. You have the ability to give love freely to yourself and to others. It is important to understand that you are whole, complete, and perfect now, and will enhance the life of another. Love can happen. Love is the truth of all situations. Love the soul embodied inside you. Express more love in your life and allow yourself to feel loved. Everything happens exactly when it's supposed to. In that order, everything that happens is what's supposed to take place. You bring a bright light and individuality into this world. I think that's wonderful. So there you go, guys. This is your message for the week of June 8th through 14th, 2019. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and click the links below to book a reading or any other fun stuff I have there. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what you think, and I send you so much love. I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.